In this video, I'm going to be talking all about the Scramble BJJ Gis we have for sale at Enso Martial Arts. I'm going to be talking about all of their features, why you'd want to choose this gi over other BJJ Gis out there on the market, and at the end I'm going to put together a short montage of people training in BJJ. Hi, my name's Doug Swift. I've been doing martial arts for the past 34 years and I've been the owner of Enso Martial Arts for the past 17 years. If you like this video, click the little icon down below, subscribe to this channel and get all of the latest videos on all of the products we have here for sale at Enso Martial Arts. So let's get into this video and learn all about the Scramble BJJ Gi. So for this video I thought I'd rope in my buddy Eric to do a bit of modelling. He doesn't say a lot, but he's very good at standing there showing you the gi, so I thought I'd use him and I'd do a load of talking about this brilliant Scramble gi. So at Enso Martial Arts we really like to get brands that are specific to the actual sport they sell stuff for. So we're not particularly interested in like the huge conglomerates that are just making loads of stuff for all kinds of different sports and just churning it out. That's not really what we're into. We like the very specific brands that just produce for one specific martial art. So for instance, Taekwondo just produced for karate, Sandy just for Thai boxing, and you've got Scramble that are just producing for BJJ, and it's definitely something that we really like to kind of champion at Enso Martial Arts. It's not about just churning out all the kind of the common brands, it's about providing really good quality kit from a very specific brand that's just like totally focused on that one sport. Therefore you tend to get better kit, better quality and a much better price. That's what we found over the years, and that's the kind of brands we like to carry. Now one of these brands, Scramble, is, you know, part of that wave of BJJ. You know, it came onto the scene maybe sort of 15 years ago and has absolutely exploded. The shop was in existence before BJJ, so we've seen the kind of existence of it and like the flourishing of the sport all the way through. Now in those early days there wasn't any brands, there wasn't even any kit that you could buy for BJJ. So over the years at Enso we've just got more and more kit, as you know, there's been more and more options and more companies that sell it. Now there's two very hot BJJ companies in the UK, Tatami and Scramble, and we stock both of their stuff at Enso Martial Arts. So it's really nice to have the UK brands here. It's really nice to have the specific BJJ companies at Enso Martial Arts, and we absolutely love what Scramble are producing. I really like their styling. It's really quiet, which I really like. At Enso we do try to go for the less kind of bonkers stuff and more the kind of, you know, quiet, understated stuff. Really high quality, all the features that you want without kind of all the bells and whistles and glitz and glam that you kind of get with some of the brands that, you know, are hiding less quality. For instance, certain boxing brands that just, you know, it looks great but it falls apart. That's not what we want here at Enso. We want good quality kit that's going to last you a long time and well worth the money that you spend on it. So this Scramble BJJ Gi is what they call the standard issue. So it's kind of like, you'd sort of say their basic gi, but it's kind of like their plain gi. It's the kind of go-to gi that Scramble produce. We sell it in the black, blue and white, and we stock it as best we can. Now, same with all BJJ brands, they seem to have short runs on things, so it's not always that they've got stuff in stock. If we haven't got it in stock, it's most likely that Scramble don't have it in stock, and like, you know, a new version's coming in or they're just out of stock because they've had a run on stuff. So, you know, our stock mainly will reflect stuff, but it's most likely that we're probably more likely to have it in when they don't have it in, and vice versa. Just the way the stock goes. So definitely always check us out. Half the time we have actually got certain sizes in that Scramble might not have, just because of the delay of our sales compared to theirs. Now this gi that Scramble do is absolutely brilliant, and it's very specific to BJJ. We do get a lot of people coming in asking if they can wear that old judo gi or their old aikido or jiu-jitsu gi for BJJ, and it doesn't really work like that. Yes, you can, you know, some instructors or teachers will allow it, but really you want a specific BJJ gi. The sport's come away from its roots enough that actually now the kit has changed so much. Now there are a few little differences that I'll run through. So for instance, in judo they have these nice thick lapels, but on the BJJ Gi they have nowhere near the same reinforcement on this lapel section as you would on a judo gi, much less material, because you're not doing those heavy full body like jacket throws that you would in judo. You're not yanking so much on there. Still needs to be strong, which it is. Nice strong lapels, really nice and thick, but the amount of reinforcement down here, you just don't need it to be as strong as BJJ. But the lapels are definitely strong. Now, one thing that Scramble do is they put it's like a rubber inside the lapel, and it just stops it attracting loads of sweat and gunk and grossness, which means it's a lot less likely to rot, it's a lot less likely to stink, a lot less likely to hold bacteria, which can be a real problem in BJJ. You know, there's so much kind of rubbing of the skin on each other. It can lead to like rashes, which rash guards definitely help with. You still get rashes. If then people are still rubbing and people are dirty and whatever, or you've got a dirty gi, that can lead to infections. So having a rubberized lapel can really help with that. There's other features on the BJJ Gi definitely that are different from judo. Is this kind of like bobble weave on the top runs all the way down. It's a really strong material. Judo gis tend to be much lighter around the bottom because, you know, no one's ever really touching that, but in BJJ all the grappling, you're using anything as an advantage, so you're going to be pulling on the bottom part of the gi a lot more, using it for chokes, using it just to try and gain advantage to move someone around. So all this area is reinforced around the edges here on the side split, and you do have a split so you can move nice and comfortably, and they're much stronger and reinforced down the bottom. So, you know, definite differences from a judo gi. Now the other thing that you'll notice is different is the cut. So Eric here looks like he's wearing a little gi. Now the BJJ Gi cuts do tend to be much smaller, much more body hugging. Again, you don't want to give loads of material to your competitor or the person you're training with, giving them things that they can tie you up in knots with. You want a nice tight gi, nice and body hugging, so there's no advantage to your training partner or the person you're competing with. So that's how the BJJ Gis are designed. Also, the material for the trousers is slightly different, quite thin actually, but really strong knee reinforcements that they have in here. But it's relatively thin, it's got a slightly different weave to what you'd expect. More polyester in there. Again, polyester really does help wick sweat away from you and keeps you nice and cool. And the cut of the trousers tends to be a fair bit skinnier than other martial arts trousers. Just, you're not doing kicking, you're not doing jumping about or anything like that, so you don't need like really baggy flexible trousers. Now, one thing we get asked about in the shop is washing them. How do I wash these? Like, you know, what do I need to boil it every time, or can I just do it on a cold wash? We recommend like a 30-degree wash. You don't really want to boil the thing, you don't want to boil the hell out of it. Never tumble dry, it's not going to do any good. If you cold wash it, it's not going to really get all the bacteria out of it. So a 30-degree wash. Now, you can get white colour protecting detergent, which is really good, helps it keep nice and crisp and white, stops it going that kind of strange yellow colour that some people seem to naturally, with their own bodies, dye their own gis. Yeah, the white colour protector would definitely help with that. But by far the best bit of advice we can give you is to try and dry it in direct sunlight. Now in the UK we don't always have direct sunlight, it's not always there, but best you can, get it out in the fresh air and dry in the nice cool breeze and in direct sunlight. That is the best thing for it. The sunlight will kill any bacteria in it, and it will help bleach it a little bit and keep it nice and white. All your training partners will definitely thank you for that, because it means you're not harbouring any bacteria. The sunlight would have killed it all. You've also got a really nice clean gi and really crisp looking, which is definitely better for everybody. Now, another bit of advice I would say, now Scramble don't change their designs anywhere near as much as Tatami do, but both brands do tend to be out of stock of stuff quite a lot, and that's the same with us here, is that we don't always carry all of the lines because the supply just isn't that good. Both companies tend to run small runs and they tend to be out of stock a lot. So if you've got a very specific gi that you love, it's more than likely that if you just buy it a year down the line you won't be able to buy it again. It's just not going to be in stock. It's possible that they just completely discontinue it and get another version, bring another version in of the standard issue, or you know, it's just out of stock and they never do it again. Might be that you can get it, but if you absolutely love a gi and you can afford to do it, and that is the gi that you want to train in for life, I would buy a few versions of it. BJJ guys are definitely known for having a room full of drying gis. You've got to wear a nice crisp clean gi for every training session. If you're training 6 times a week, you know, that's 6 washes that you've got to do with your gi. Drying them takes a few days, so you're going to have a rotation of gis. That's just the nature of the sport. Should be exactly the same with judo as well. So yeah, if there's a gi that you absolutely love, I would buy at least a couple, or just accept that you're going to have different gis all the time. You know, it's fun to play with different colours, different designs, different cuts, and really find that gi that you love. But if this is the gi that you love, I would definitely recommend getting a few. It's definitely not a sales pitch, just a bit of advice. Definitely get a few, because it's likely that it might be a bit of a long time until you can get another one. Now, sizing can always be a problem with BJJ gis. For some unknown reason, BJJ gis have decided to just go for their own sizing that means absolutely nothing, it doesn't relate to anything. They have like A0, A1, A2, A3. And then if they have a slightly longer version, they have like an A2 long, or if you're wider, an A2 XL, or you know, or A2 short, I think they do, or there's all kinds of different stuff. You could kind of say like an A0 is like a small, A1 medium, A2 large. It sort of works like that, but not really. In the most ideal world, come in the shop and try some on and just see what fits you best. That's the best way to go. You know, there's all these size charts of chest size and body length and all this kind of stuff. It's pretty hard to work out. You know, we like to think in the shop we can see people, we can just look at someone and know pretty much what size they are. You know, we've been selling gis a long time, so you can kind of see what size people need. Really though, for you, if you're a beginner, it's better if you can come in and try one on. If not, we'll do our absolute best to give you advice over the phone or an email, but it is always a bit of a precarious thing to do. But yeah, if you can get a chance, come into the shop, try the gi, and then you'll know exactly what size you need. So at Enso Martial Arts, we do like to think we've got a pretty good selection of stuff for BJJ. So as well as Scramble gis, we also do the Novas and the originals and the classics in white, blue and black if we can get them. We also do white and blue individual trousers. We do a whole range of BJJ belts in all of the colours, including all of the kids' belts. We supply all the no-gi stuff that you need, and we do a whole range of Scramble stuff, including rash guards, spats and shorts. We also do gum shields, groin guards, ankle supports, whatever you need for BJJ training, including a whole range of MMA stuff, Thai boxing, boxing. So if you want to see all that stuff, check out the website at ensomartialarts.com. So as promised at the beginning of the video, here is a short montage of people training in BJJ. Thanks very much for watching. I hope it was useful. I hope you learned loads about the Scramble BJJ Gi we have for sale at Enso Martial Arts. If you like this video, click the little icon down below, subscribe to this channel and get all the latest videos on all the products we have here for sale at Enso Martial Arts. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon. Cheers!